Hello and welcome. Right, something a little bit different. I am going to try and do a live on the YouTube platform, which I haven't done for a long time. So it's all completely different setup with regards to how different bits and pieces work. However, it's giving me a tab to share the screen. So let's have a quick. Basically, we're going to do the UCS Lego Death Star. You can see that is what's going to be built behind me, and I just wanted to test it. I got an email sent to me about all the different bits and pieces from the Lego group. I think the microphone seems to be moving around. I think it's picking up my audio okay. So we have got this carrying on from yesterday. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a bit of a split build. So we're just going to go basically hardcore for 90 minutes, see if this works. Because if it's a complete flop, then it is what it is. I'm going on at a really random time as well. Then what we are going to do is go back on later on this evening, potentially about 7 p.m. and just see what's what. But this whole layout is completely different using the YouTube software rather than what I have been using. Because like I said, I got given an email that they've updated their streaming stuff. So can I? Oh, no way. Have they added this in? That is fantastic. So they've added it in. Now, this is the thing that I desperately needed. But I don't know how much that's going to make this lag. So that's helpful. So we can still carry on with how I do different bits and pieces, but it does seem to be struggling and lagging a little bit. So we will just basically mess around with this software and just see how it all goes. And if it works well on this, then I'll go back on the YouTube thing this evening. If it doesn't work well on this, I will go back to the other software and then we'll carry on with this. But I don't know until somebody actually types in the chat if I can overlay those little bits and pieces, and I seem to be on the opposite side. It's all very bizarre. Anyway, we are on, that's not helpful, bag 36. What have I got ready? I've got ready bag number 37. So I need to find bag number 36, which is that one just there. So that's not the most fantastic start, but we do get a minifigure included, which is great. So so good. So Mr. Lego King can hear, but I can't. So that's one difference with this. I can't add you on the screen. I can see everybody in the chat. I can share my screen. I can see the likes and stuff coming through. So again, thank you very much to everybody that has liked this video already. But yeah, we'll basically play it by ear and I'll see what the picture quality is like as we go through, and then we'll just mess around and just go from there. So bag number 36. Let's get all of this back together because we are running out of space very quickly on here. So yeah, bag number 36. You should see the amount of bags that I have obviously got on the floor. But it does seem to be the stuff that I've been reading with regards to what they're now doing on the live stream is when an advert pops up, I should go to half a screen rather than it just taking over. If an advert's going to pop up, I'm not 100% sure. 13, unlucky for some. No, I'm on 30. 36 is the bag number I'm on. 13 is long gone. That's been done and dusted. So we're well past that. I just need to figure out the best way of. I got into a really nice rhythm yesterday, and for some reason I can't seem to get comfortable. Right, let's just crack on. So, like I said, going on at a really awkward time just to test the inbuilt software. Now, as I am supposed to be testing this inbuilt software just to see if it comes through, let's see what happens if I do this. So for me to do this, I'm a little bit unlike the other little bits and pieces, but it does seem to be coming through. So Nike have announced more. I say Nike. Lego's announced a lot more stuff Nike related. So you can see there's a Nike basketball and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it is working. Does seem to be a little bit jumpy. So that is the only difference that I can spot between this and the other streaming software at the moment. I know I can't invite other people on. That is obviously the other thing. So it's just me on this software. But later on this evening, if we have any guests, then I will need to go with the other software. So this is a good little learning curve with regards to the bits and pieces. Now let's just have a quick look on this, because this is the important bit for me, sharing the screens. I like to be a little bit different when we're live. We've got all the newest. Did anything more expensive? No. Right, okay, perfect. So that, it should go back to big for me. Yeah. Okay. So not too bad then. It's not that complicated to figure out. It is very, very similar, a little bit more basic than the streaming software that I've been using. I know I can't get your comments up on the screen. So I can see them coming through on the side. I can see the poll, which actually makes life a little bit different again, because I can't see the poll on the other streaming software. So that's always good fun. But we have just made up another one of these, so looking neat and tidy. So that'll be launched on there. And now this big bit continues with all this. So I'm now at a bit where you can't see. This is so big that you can't see this on the screen. So like I said, it's just going to be an interesting test, because it will now allow me potentially to stream a lot longer if this works, which is great. And then I can use the other streaming software for other bits and pieces as well, because I do want to start going live a lot more and just see what happens. But we are on step 1035, page 182 on booklet number 3. And yeah, we will just see how all of this comes about. Right, so that does go there, and that's stepped. It's a thing, you've got to be really careful. Sometimes I keep saying you've got to be really careful with the instructions, because it can catch you out. Because they don't put any depth. They don't put sort of any depth into the instruction booklet. But that looks like, to me, it's supposed to be overhanging that way. Yes, I think it is, and then that should be level. I do not understand. There we go. Yeah, so that is level. That is just a very bizarre, very bizarre. So we have got a mix of chunky bits and skinny bits on this. Mr. Lego King is off on his way to the Lego store, I do believe. So hopefully you have a nice time. And I would imagine this is literally now just going to be me testing this software, seeing exactly what's going on. And then, like I said, I'll more than likely go live later on. And we'll just see what's going to happen. And then for tomorrow, I can make the decision on what I stream on and for how long I do it for, because I am going to do, like I did yesterday, tomorrow, a much longer build. Today's still going to be a good amount of building time. I'm going to get an hour and a half done now, maybe another 2 hours done later on. Again, if this is smooth, then I can pick and choose what it is I want to use. I'm just amazed actually by how big this is becoming. There's lots, and I'm quite surprised that all the bags kind of cross over into all of the rooms, whereas all the other stuff we've been doing it room by room so far, and now all of a sudden we are tanking in. Seems to be I am confused. Something doesn't seem right to. Oh, is that on there? I am a little bit lost at the moment. Is that? I think I might have made a mistake yesterday. I've been right at the very, very end. I can't quite figure that out. Right, so they're on show there. That's on show. On show. Oh, was it just dark because it's the inside? I don't understand. This is the problem sometimes with the instructions. I am lost because that's the bit up top. Does that bit sit in front of what is going on with this? So I've got 4 studs on show to where that is, and that bit goes behind it. If 4 studs on show there, that steps through and that goes on. Oh, oh, what a moron! I've put the 1x4 on top of the next piece. It was actually supposed to go on the I've had an accident brown. So I haven't lost a piece. I just haven't put it in the right bit. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is idiotic. Standard, but idiotic. So now we can actually carry on. What an absolute pleb. So we are back to this bit just here, which is step 1037. And we can carry on and continue. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. My concern using this software is that it's going to keep putting adverts in it, which kind of defeats the object for what I'm trying to do. We've been able to show you bits and pieces, but I don't know. I don't know. We will figure it out as we go. So, right, that's that one. Another bit of length. Like I said, if you are watching this on the replay, because I've gone on at a very bizarre time as a test, just to try this, because I thought if it all went wrong, nobody would actually know. And then we could just carry on again, either later on today or tomorrow. But as there's a lot of Bricklink bits and pieces to talk about with all of new Series 9, which looks rather smart. Quite interesting just to see what is happening with all of that. This bag, even though there was that one bit of a balls up, it seems to be we're all right so far. But like I said, just a bit of a speed build for the next 90 minutes. If that, we might just get through a couple of bags and just, like I say, we'd like to get through a couple of bags, just see exactly what this does, and then we can attack it properly later on, and then we can just stick into everything and go from there. Because this thing is such a big build. Obviously, I want to try and review it while it's still relevant, because I think as soon as we get this double points thing happen, and we get lots of other bits and pieces happen with regards to Star Trek, I think Star Trek's going to overtake Star Wars, and then this might not come back around again till Christmas. I don't know if people are sick and tired of seeing this already. I know it's a massive talk of conversation, but we will we will see. So I've just built whatever that is supposed to be next. That will... Where does that go? Honestly, because these... I can't see. It's black on black on black. It's got an arrow saying it pushes back. It's not on the studs. It must just sit over the top. Yeah, it still does what it can to tease you. What is this? What? The next one does the same. What is this? Doesn't make any sense. I'm assuming it sits... Must just sit upright. The other one must sit on it, and then do we pin it down? Or does it clip in? Or is it clipping at the top? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens when it starts to fall apart, I guess. Hopefully. It should be okay. Hopefully. Right. Let's see. How many bags? You know, I might just do an hour. Because I am going to be pushed for time. There's other bits and pieces that I want to do. So I might just go on for an hour maximum. And just see what's going to happen. It'll be an hour and a half at the limit, and then that should then give me enough time to get all the other little bits and pieces done. So I wasn't expecting to have this time free, so I'm going to utilize it as best I can, and then yeah, just see what's what. So are we saying that they are supposed to angle back and what was that one clip? No, I don't know what's going on. That one definitely clips into the bottom, but the one beside it, I can't tell what's going on with that one. I am lost. I've been lost a couple of times before, but that is so dark to see. I know this room's not exactly fantastic, but I can't tell if that's supposed to go up or on to the next bit. I can't actually see in the instruction booklet. That started well. Because you've got you've got the 4 studs, then you've got that bit, and then it's pictured on that. It's pictured on that bit, and then it tips back. But it just doesn't. It's not going to sit in there. It's just going to fall out. One of them's gone in absolutely splendidly, and the other one's gone in straight. And I can't see if that is supposed to be as angled as what that is. I don't know. Whatever. There's always something. So I will figure that out and see if it gets pinned in a little while. Right, we've got a couple of skinny ones of these. We've got another 5. So that's pinning that one into place. So that one makes sense. The one that's upright. So we are pinning them in. I've said it all the time that it's all seems to be sturdy enough, but this one that I'm doing, I can't quite figure out how that's actually supposed to keep that one pinned in. Because I think... Oh, that shut me up. It does, it just stands it upright, just pins it in. Well, proves I know absolutely sod all. That is why I am not a Lego designer. I could not for the life of me see how that was supposed to work, and now that ain't going anywhere, which is good. Right, we are getting close to a sticker. So it's been a minute since we put a couple of stickers in. Obviously, I put a some of the comments have been quite funny on the shorts. What do we have yesterday? We had a frisbee. I can't remember what somebody called this a slice of the other day. They called it a slice of something. It made me laugh. They wrote it on there last night. A slice of something of a sticker sheet. And I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. I think I prefer the frisbee. I class it as like a slice of cake. Somebody else said it was a pizza. But yeah, frisbee was quite funny yesterday. Then we're talking about, I wonder how badly it would smash. But like I said, I'm just going to keep randomly doing it. I am very happy I can just do that. I'm hoping, and it's just keeping up with it. Yeah, which is great. And then can I do it from here? Ooh, we've got a new button. We've got a new button. That's exciting. Oh, all they've got to do is if we can introduce guests, or just one guest. I know that's probably a lot to develop and design, but then that would be great. But the fact that you can now share the screen, oh, fantastic. Right, where are we on this? I'm looking at the wrong bit. So we are about, there we go. The bit that was flimsy is not so flimsy anymore. Now, they love this I've Had an Accident brown. So, did anybody realise, because I think I know what bit this is now, did anybody realise that in the scene of them in the prison escape, was it an I've Had an Accident brown, which is a diarrhea coloured brown floor? I thought it, well, I would have thought that colour would have stood out to me, but it's definitely on show in this. That is for sure. I was not expecting it to be this strong. It is a rather strong colour. Don't really think I'm liking the colour at the moment. If it's part of the actual design, then fair enough. But if you didn't like the oh, there you go. It's a strong colour. That does. It looks like somebody had literally had an accident all over the floor. Well, to be honest, they were having a battle, so maybe that is exactly what's happened. But we will now add in all of the tiling, and then we've got two of those. I got carried away. I knocked it off. Right, hang on. Let's have the tiles first, then see what's left on the table. So we have got a 2x2, a 1x2, another 2x2, and again. Got 6 of those. That's 3, 4, 5. That would be 6. One of those. Ew, balls. Have I put something in the wrong place? I must have. I have got a chunk, and I shouldn't have a chunky thing. Where would I have messed that up? This is the question. I ask myself, this hasn't been not a very good start for me. Is it right at the start I messed this up? Again, can't actually see for love of money. I'm too low, I don't know. That was too low. I've done that then. Ah, what a blow. So, for some reason, because I'm an idiot, I have used one of those instead of one of those. Absolute muppet. So that's how that is supposed to go. And then that goes there, which means this one. There we go. Sorted it. Absolute pleb. Right, so what we're doing for time? 25 minutes. We'll get another. I think we'll get another 2 bags done. So the reason why I'm a bit panicky, and I say this every single time, is there's not a single spare piece, not a single spare bit with that one. So sometimes you get a few. This one, no, you get 0. So we are going to be building the droid next, which takes up to bag number 37, and that took far too long. But as a test, it's fine. I might just do 2 bags. But yeah, you can see just the size of how much space you need now. 3 base plates wide. That's got to be a base plate and a bit. Same thing with the instruction booklet. You're set up on there. It's ridiculous. I know. It is. I can't share. I'm on a different bit of software, Boba Fett, so I can't share it on. But I did say in the first live stream, luckily for me, it didn't cost me anything because I sent back one of the sets that I had that was still in the box, and then I used the points, so it didn't actually cost me a thing. So I did say in the first stream that if I didn't have all those points and a huge chunk of a set to take back, there was no way on the going by the Lego website pictures it was worth it whatsoever. In person, it is a lot better. It is a lot better in person, but it does work out to be still. There's no Disney tax on this one, but it is at 10 pence a brick. So, yeah, I agree, it is, but luckily and thankfully for me, nothing. No money was spent, which is fantastic. Right, 37. I've got 3 bags. We've got a big bag, a small bag. But yeah, that always seems to be the topic of conversation. It's obviously a huge set. So it's one of those I know you could have got a lot of other sets with it because people were doing comparisons of the Lion Knights Castle with the Medieval Market and the new Bricklink set, which worked out to be about the same price, and it was a couple of thousand more pieces. But that's actually what I gave up. I gave up my my Lion Knights because I'm stupid. But it does allow me to have the space. Is that on me? To do these things. I'm not too sure that was another piece that went flying out. There's a lot of clear pieces in that. So we will see. If I'm missing one, remind me it's on the floor. Right. We are adding the legs into this one. I have seen a lot of people buy this again just for those minifigures. I didn't really think any minifigure that we've got so far is worth anything, because you can see the pile of minifigures that are on there. There's nothing on there. But no, every single diorama room looks great. All the build, it's all nice in detail. I think some people think it's one of those, isn't it? Because if you have the same amount of pieces with no detail on the inside, and it was just a circle, so it was just a grey circle, same price, and there was nothing on the inside, would people want that? Because if it was that way around, so it was the same depth, I don't know. I think, to be fair, it's one of those, it's such a controversial thing that either the people that like it, the people that don't. But do highly recommend everybody going down to their local Lego store just to see it before obviously it gets replaced, because I'm amazed that the Lego group have not updated their photos, because it is an absolute shambles how flat they've made the thing. Whereas the depth just from this bit, let alone all the rooms and all the bits that pull out, it's actually been a very pleasant surprise, which makes a change. So yeah, it's interesting. It is an interesting one. But we are at now step 1046. Sorry, step 1047, page 195. And yeah, seem to be making some sort of progress. I'm looking forward to actually adding the minifigure. That's going to be one thing. What scenes get covered? Because obviously, this is more of a history diorama set. I guess it's the history from the films, not an actual Death Star. I suppose that's one thing. But they're never going to make another one this big, I wouldn't imagine. And obviously, after seeing this and then seeing the one that came out before it, the one that was before it was very sparse. And if you think that went up an absolute fortune, then what I think the one that everybody kind of craves is the Death Star 2. I think that's what a lot of people are kind of craving for, because if it was something like that, then yeah, I can see why. So everybody's in the chat, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is literally a test live stream. I'm using a different bit of software which is built in to YouTube. I figured out that I can actually share a screen, which is fantastic. So I can, and then we can obviously talk about the sets that are in the chat, but I can't comment on the screen, which is a little bit of a shame. So that'll be something that would be cool if they fixed. So going through the chat, we have got Lego King saying cool minifigures. We've got Boba Fett, Boba, saying for 1/5 of a Death Star, the price is insane. Agree, but like I said, I didn't pay anything for it, so it's absolutely fine. Yes, we've got that was going to be the next thing. We've got, hi sir, sorry I'm late. Well, good afternoon and good evening to you, Admira, all the way over from the Philippines. And then we have got Rich Beard Brick. It's saying it's a pancake. Yesterday it got called a frisbee, which I thought was quite funny. And then it started getting to the conversation of how far could you throw it? Would you want to throw it into somebody's face, or would you need two people? Could you get enough spin on it? We've had a pizza. We've had a slice of cake. But yeah, I do highly recommend you getting into the Lego store just to see this thing before it goes away, because there's stuff like this. I showed this off yesterday. It's just stuff like that where it's all fully removable. The trash compactor and everything works as a full-blown diorama. Obviously, that opens up and closes. All of these smaller bits are 16 by 16 base plates. And then you've got all of the open working doors, which is fantastic. So there we go. So you've got all the doors that open and slide. You've got the bits at the top. But this bit here is enormous. And then this hole, I can get my hand in. So it looks really flat on the Lego website. So it's not quite a pancake. It's a bit too deep for a pancake. We've got to think of something that it's almost like a badly cut fruit. Because it's deeper at the bottom, and then you've got the other bits up top. Obviously, yeah, as it starts to come together, it's just a good bit of fun seeing what everybody thinks of it. But I said in the very, very, very first stream, sacrifices were made for me. I basically cancelled a display that I was going to be doing to be able to build this. And yeah, so the medieval stuff has gone basically. So that is what is gone into this instead. But I can't share your screen comments on the screen, but at least I can see everything that's working. I mean, it looks like with the poll, it is 100% yes. We will be. Everybody seems to going to buy something before 2026, and for everybody that's liked the video as well, thank you very much indeed, because it helps massively with the YouTube algorithm. So the more YouTube think I'm more popular with people liking the videos, the more it actually helps. But yeah, this is just basically a test stream for internal software on YouTube, which I have not used for a long time. I've been using different software for this live stream. Obviously, I don't want to go too long in case the picture quality is not great or there's a limit or something like that. So I need to figure out all of that. So we're going to go on now for a short while, potentially as people are waking up, finishing work, and obviously going to bed, depending on the time it is. And then I will potentially be going live again later and then just seeing exactly what is what. But I was going to do between an hour and an half, just as a couple of bags, just to tuck in, because we did a 4-hour stream yesterday and we built all of this up. What's my opinion? Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to go into that, to be honest. I mean, to be honest, I've only seen bits and pieces. The headlines is all I've seen. That's it. So what he's getting himself up to now, I'm not 100% sure. But in my defence, I've not been back in the country that long to catch up on all of that stuff, let alone our own politics stuff, politics from further afield, things that just go completely wrong. It's hard enough keeping up the political stuff about this set, let alone about those. But just like I said, I can't share people's comments on the screen because that is not built into this software, whereas the software that I was using yesterday, it was. So positive, I can share this stuff still. I don't know if there is a limit on this software, so I need to check into all of that, because I might be able to daisy chain between the two bits, and I'm now confused to why. Where's that? I'm lost. Why have I got... Did something actually fall out of that bag then when I did? Yeah. Not beating around the bush. I just don't know. His name pops up from time to time, but it gets swept under the rug so quickly. And they kind of tend to do that over in the UK with their press and things now. So it's just, yeah, it is what it is. So I've been out the country for a while, and to be honest, like I said, it's not my sort of cup of tea to get into, because I don't like to talk about stuff I don't really know much about. That's why I'm sort of pushing my luck a bit with this, because this is on the fence of stuff that I know. What is going on with that? I've got one of these. They couldn't. There's no way they've given me the wrong piece. No way. I am blaming myself first, but if this piece is not in the rest of this booklet, then they've added in the wrong bit. Well, that's interesting. So we are on step 1057, going into 156, into 157, on page 198 on booklet number 3. And they've given me one of these. And I've used 2 of them already on the other side, obviously. I've got a third one, but I need 2 of the ones with the hole in. And I'm going to double check, but the rest of this booklet does not have one of these, which means I've not dropped it, which is great. But it also means I actually need this piece. I actually need the one with the hole in, because it's got to hold that bit on. I've got my spare bits of... Yeah, no, that's it. Well, that's the first piece mistake, that is. First piece mistake. So I need... Just while this is a test stream, and I wasn't trying to do this in... Can you imagine trying to build this in one sitting and then getting to this point and being like, oh my days. I don't know if I've got a piece in here for that. I think... Oh, I don't know. I swapped it over, I think it might be sturdy enough. I don't particularly want to run that risk. So it's only to clip this bit on, so it should be okay. But no, it won't be okay. Oh no. No. Oh, I poured all these out yesterday to find a piece because I went wrong. I don't want to pick them all back up off the floor again. All right. Always exciting. And here the amount of spare little pieces I've got in here. Is there going to be one of those in here? Because if there's not, I'm going to be playing pickups now for ages. And what's the odds? I've got it in the right colour as well. I don't know what bit that'll be used in. No. So as we're going back onto the topic of food, what has this been called now? Pancake pizza. We were talking about Oreo stuff yesterday. It wasn't classed as an Oreo biscuit. We have had some good names. Oh, it can't be that hard to find one of these pieces, surely. What can I salvage it off? I've got enough sets around here. I've got it in the wrong colour, but that's not going to work. I've got it in black. I don't think black's going to work because you're going to see it. Let me guess. I've got a spare piece in every single colour apart from that grey. That'll be the next thing that happens. There are many figures in here that look nice though. Right, not ideal. Not ideal. And I don't know. I'm going to have to just carry on and risk it, I think. What I will do is I will swap. I'm now stood on all those Lego pieces, by the way. I will swap the lower one for the higher one. So it'll be clipped in at the top rather than clipped in at the bottom. And then just hope and just see what it does. And then I'll probably find it in here. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? I'll actually probably find it on that bit. So we are, where are we? That bit dramatic. Is that a bit I can reach easily? Oh, it is. Ah, that's all right then. So the bit that I can actually reach easily if I need to replace it, unless I build up loads of it. Okay, right. So that's not great. Where did that just come from? Starts to fall apart like that, then I'm going to be in trouble. Right, so we have got four of those, which is going to go behind there and behind there. And I know it's still in an awkward bit that you can't quite see it properly, but it's just this bit that I'm building now is so long that yeah, it's just a bit of a swine. So you are going to need some space to build anything like this up. And I still think this is actually easier to build up than the Venator and the Falcon as well. So it's always interesting to see what people think of the different bits and pieces. What we got here? Thrown me a little bit, that not having that bit in there. Trying to think trying to rattle in my head where I'd have another bit, but I think it should be alright. I could potentially hunt one down later because it goes by ways. It goes by weight, doesn't it? In the bag, so when it goes to the machines, it's a like for like piece. One's just got the hole in and one doesn't. And if it's the same grammage, it just gets put through. And obviously depending on what factory it comes from. But I'm not going to be ringing up customer services asking for one piece and waiting until it arrives. So I'd rather find it off the live and just swap it over and then carry on, because me actually getting hit in the face with one of the pieces and then not being able to find it, that took long enough. So this little speed bump we can just get straight over. So we are adding in now all of the next levels. So we're adding all the bits and pieces that go up on top and start to pin all of this together, which is great. Now, has anybody seen the rumours of when the next double VIP points are going to be happening? I always call them VIP, not insider, but the next lot of double points. I said it wouldn't be too long after this, the giveaway purchase of this sold out. And I wonder if they've got any giveaways available in store, and you might be able to get double points on this as well, which will be an interesting thing. But we're on step 1061, page 202 is where we have got up to. We are to there. I think that's the one thing I miss with this streaming software, not being able to put the comments on the screen so people can see what I'm talking about. The poll, we are at 83 to 17 on the poll, and everybody that's liked the video, thanking you kindly. But I don't know. Again, until I see it back, I don't know what the sound quality is like. It should be the same as the other streaming software, and what the picture quality is like. But I will soon find out. That's why it's just going to be a shorter build now. Then I'm going to get tucked into the Bricklink, because I haven't seen Bricklink, the Bricklink Designer Program Series 9. I've not seen anything like that. Good morning, Kenneth. How are we? All good this end. So Kenneth, I keep saying this to everybody that's commenting. I can't get your because I'm on a different software. I can't get your comment on the screen, so I can see it. Everybody else can see it, but I can't share it. But I will be going live later on, much later on this evening. So it'll be maybe lunchtime your time, I would imagine, because I don't know what the time is over with you now. But I'll be going live in a good few hours' time for a little bit longer with the other software, more than likely, and then we can just do a comparison of the two. So it's not long until Kenneth gets the Falcon, and it'll be very, very interesting to see what you think of just the size of the box that it's going to come in and everything else, because that thing is a beast, an absolute beast. So yeah, hopefully it all arrives safe and sound, and then you can tuck in and enjoy all those bits and pieces that set has to offer. Because I'm not too sure how I would be able to build the Falcon live, because it, weirdly enough, takes up a lot more table space than this. At least with this, this goes up in its own fruit and veg variation. But yeah, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. So we're just over the halfway mark for this stream. Like I said, I want to do no more than 90 minutes in case. I just don't know what if there's a limit on there. I have read that you can do up to 5 hours at a time, and then it just doesn't like it after that. But we'll do an hour and a half now. Then I'm going to have a look at the Bricklink Designer Program stuff. I will do a video for that to get that uploaded later on in the day. Obviously, Lego at the moment are doing lots of different offers as well. We've got the current Bricklink Designer Program, which ends in a couple of days' time. Doesn't seem to be anything has sold out. I still would have liked it if they kept the bar across the bottom, just so you can see which is a little bit more popular and not. Because I've always questioned it from day one. Why is it had to hit a minimum and then they had a maximum? That obviously got answered very, very quickly. It's to do with the factory turnaround. But this time they've taken that away, but it still says it's available until it's sold out. Well, there's no... I don't know. I just find it little. I don't know if I find it. My head can't quite get around what they're trying to do at the moment, or something's just not been deleted, because you could see them getting funded. But if you can see them getting funded, then it's always nice to see what else is happening with it, and obviously you can then just see how many other people have got it, because then you know your set is one of X amount. But no, it didn't seem to be the case with it. So yeah. There we go. 9:20 in the morning. Okay, so it's 9:20 in the morning there. It's 2:20 in the afternoon here. So I started at a really random time. I started at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and then I'll more than likely be going again live about 7 p.m., which will take you to about lunchtime, I would imagine, over there, to make it a little bit easier for everybody. Because obviously, with all the different time zones and everything like that, it's difficult to catch up with everybody, but we can just keep doing a trial and error. And then tomorrow, it's just going to be one big stream. I'm just going to start and just get my head down and just do a long build tomorrow. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it might be a 5 hour tomorrow. So there'll be tears, because you know what happened. I'll start to get tired. I'll make a mistake. I won't realize. And then I have to basically destroy it and redo it. But I've seen 1 or 2 people, saying that they're building this live, or they're building this, but not as many as I thought there was going to be, which is interesting. So I know it's very awkward to set up, and I know people have enjoyed, from what I've read, putting the bits and pieces together. I know we're going to need some more minifigures for this. I would like to make up the dioramas with everybody. I might do a poll and just ask what everybody's favourite scenes are, and make sure I've got those minifigures in that scene. And then, basically see what we can do from there. Now, I am confused. That one and that one. There's got to be a bit upside down. I was saying yesterday about missing where the pieces go to and how annoying it is when they're upside down. What we got? A 4. Well, I know I haven't got one of them. Oh, there it is. Woo! Deep breath. Oh, hang on. Now it's starting to tease us, because we're getting into... Oh, it's the door, isn't it? I've done plenty of these. We're getting into sticker territory now. So that means the tile goes on the bottom, studs go on top. Quick sip, and then we will carry on. Have I got, what notification is that? Right. So we are on step 1071, and this is sticker number 12. I put on a lot more stickers than 12, but it is sticker 12. So Again, got to make sure that this goes on the right way, which is that way. Yep. If this goes on wrong, I'm not going to be able to get this one off. Yeah, I think that's right. I think this is the right one. Happy and Days, right? That is on there. So the door for this, keep looking at this, but it's not, it's here, is going in front of the Twizzler. So we're back in front of that, and then we've got this bit where it sits on. So I've not made, like I said, I've not made that mistake, just made that mistake. Look, I slide it underneath. There we go. So that door is in. So slide that door in, and that takes us over to step 1073. And now we're opening up all sorts of different bits and pieces. So where are we going to be at for this? So I was saying about the Bricklink stuff before. I'm going to go from smallest to biggest on the Bricklink video. That'll be uploaded like mid-afternoon America time, I would imagine. It'd be like 9-10 o'clock UK time by the time that's actually all been put together, because it takes forever. It takes a long time to put all these videos and things together. It does seem to be that there's a lot to choose from as the sets start to get a little bit larger. I've seen one or two of the posts, and I think potentially Series 9 might be a very competitive series, so quite a few of the different themes, because this current theme, I think a lot of people, well, actually, to be honest, it was a good mix of stuff this time round. We had the gold mine, and we had all the other bits and pieces in there. So we had the castle, we had the walkthrough, we had the adventure thing. There's one more which I can't quite remember what it is. Next series, nothing for me. I think the series after that, there's nothing for me. And then I think the following series is the Castle in the Sand, which I do like the look of, because I've got the Castle in the Snow. So I'd like to have one in sand, one in snow, and that's it done then. That's all the aspects of it covered. And the pirate bit, I don't think there's any other pirate stuff coming out in any of the series. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there is. But obviously the Bricklink thing's worldwide. I know over for the Asia Pacific sort of regions, obviously that includes the Philippines as well, it's all on a delay, but they are available over there as well. It's just that the shipping takes a lot longer to get to over there. Right, we are 6.6, which is another computer screen. And like it said, these stickers really are starting to unpeel themselves. I do not know why. This is the first sticker sheet that has done it. Grappling hook goes up at the top. We're on. Happy days. Right, so that is... Oh, it's the... Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to do this for every one. I just realised what I'm doing. So we are building up round the I've Had an Accent brand, as you can see. It is diarrhea. 100%. That is... I want people to check on the actual film, if you've got Disney Plus, is the colour the I've Had an Accident brown from the corner garage, or is it the deeper brown? Because that is a very bizarre colour. However, they've used the orange for the sticker. So the sticker you can see against the back wall here. There, that's the sticker. And it does match. No, it doesn't. I'm lying. It doesn't. It's a much brighter orange. Whereas that is... They've got that orange, though. I'm sure they've got that orange. I'm sure people have said something about that, but that sticker does not. I just don't know if the sticker's the wrong color or the floor's the wrong color or it is actually right. But I thought people wanted this brown boycotted for whatever reason. It didn't bother me. I quite like the corner garage, but loads of people didn't like the color of the corner garage because of how it was all built up, and it got nominated from my live streams as Accident Brown. But this is number 7. Looks like we're going to be putting quite a few stickers on back to back again. So we had a massive clump of stickers for the other computer screens, and now we're going again with these. Yep, that's on. Nice, nice, nice. We need 2 of the grills. So I'm assuming the next bag is going to carry on with these screens because it looks like we've got space for 5 of them. So is it full of 5 or is it just the 3? I'm assuming it's going to be all 5. You can, I say you can move these screens around. I'm going to have to because they don't want to talk to each other. What is going on? What is going on? How can my brain not compute why this does not want to fit when it is exactly where it's telling me to go? So that fully twisted round, it's obviously got to go at a specific angle for it to fit. And does it have to be tipped? There is potential. They're both built correctly. Mike Crime. What is going on? What is going on? Right, let's get these off. We'll try that again. But I bet you I've done something stupid and not put something on first. No, everything's down. So these 2, that bit goes. That's the grappling hook. So that bit goes on the back. Is this supposed to be something raised on there? Oh, what a knob. I need a 1x2. No, that wasn't a 1x2. It wasn't a 1x2 because it's there now. I've moved it over. Hang on. Just fighting. Just fight. This is like the most simplest bit in the instruction booklet as well. How can I not get this bit correct? Right. So we've got the double computer screen there. And then the other one goes 2 studs further back. There. And the difference that has made is nothing. What is going on with this? Have I put them in backwards? No. No, they're all facing that way. All the screens are supposed to tip, but it's physically too wide. So what am I doing? That is just stupidly stupid. Can't quite get it. Is that supposed to block? Do that to block it? I have no idea. No, it's just too wide. I'm lost. I am actually lost. because we have got that. It's just that. You've got the layup of this, look, where everything sits. Not that complicated, is it? And then you've just got to put 3 computer screens beside each other, but the actual screen is hitting each other. So have I got one of the screens facing the wrong way, or does it need to be upright? It must go in a specific spot to cover both studs. And I can't figure out what way that's supposed to be. It fits if it goes the other way. What if I just put this? I'm not going to move it. What if I just put it in backwards? It fits if you put it in backwards, but that's not right. So why doesn't it work if you put it in the correct way then? Because it's exactly the same on the one beside. It's not even close. It can't. It's got to be my mistake. It's got to be. If anybody wants to know what I'm going on about, it is step 1077 on booklet number 3. If you want to download the PDF, and we're on page 211 and 212. And there's a gap between these, but that is 2, 3, 4, and a bit studs wide. And you've got 6 of them. And you're trying to put like a 7 stud thing onto 6 studs. Got to be a specific angle that this goes at. I can't believe I'm wasting so much time on this little thing here. Stupid. Right, that bit is on there. That bit is on the back, and that bit is back on. So all of those are in the exact space, facing the correct way, doing the thing that it's supposed to be doing. Turn the page. We're up to step 1075. That's the one which is the correct sticker. That's the one with the correct sticker. So sticker is facing upways. That and that is on. You turn it round, and then you are there. You then have those facing upwards like so. Right, okay. And then you have those facing upwards like so. Oh, joking. You've just got to have it so it's there's no gap. They literally overlap and touch. So the instruction booklet, there's air, but there's definitely no air on here. And you can't. That's naughty, really. It's in. Not perfect, but it's in. Right, just do the same thing on the other one. I'm more than likely, if I ever watch it back, I probably had one of them going in upside down. That's just me being an absolute plum. But let's try and catch back up. That took far too long. Because again, this one that's going on page 212, step 177, it looks like there's breathing. You can still see that there's breathing space between the two, and they are definitely touching. So we are going on the cheese wedge with the grill, skinny to fat. Then we are adding in sticker number 5. There we go, sticker number 5. So we've got another computer, at least one more computer screen to go in. Which way is that going? Red dots on the yes, red dots on the right. Which looks like that. That then gets spun round upside down. It's got the chunky bits facing me. That bit goes there. Spin that back round. Will that fit? Not very well. But it's in. It's just pushing that at the screen. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. It doesn't feel. It feels like it's off by like half a stud, but I physically can't do anything about it. So that's just me probably being an idiot. But we are moving straight on to sticker number 8. So we've got to be over the halfway mark for stickers now. We have to be. I'd like to think we are anyway, because it is a little bit painful. It is a little bit painful. Let's check the poll. 89 to 11. So we are still ticking over on that. But we are, where are we? Bag 8. So I keep saying it, this is just a little test. Testing my patience is what this is doing. But it was just a test stream just to see what it's like. I will be doing the Bricklink stuff in a short while, and then going live, I think, potentially later on. And then I've just got to figure out what software I am going to use, because if this is okay, yeah, the only thing I can't do is bring people on. So all depends if we have any guests later. Oh, good grief, the stickers continue. We're doing 5 in a row. It's a good thing I got patience. Said nobody ever. Because if I start to put these stickers on wonky, I would probably just cry. But we are putting on now sticker 4. So nothing in the right order. Never is. It's like trying to open an advent calendar where you can't find the correct days. That is sticker 4. Nice. And then we will plonk that one in there. Just no, that way. Those cheese wedges make a big difference what way they go. Right, so we have got 5 computer screens which are literally smashing into each other. So they are supposed to move, but you can't move them because it spins one way, but it hits the other screen because they're all just off ever so slightly. So obviously you can kind of get nice angles on them, but yeah, I'm not convinced on that. Not convinced. So there we are. I've wedged them all. I've wedged them all in together. So that's what it looks like on the I've had an accident brown. So you're going to get nice photos. Again, still want to know if that is the correct color. So that's stiff. Right, we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. Big old. Oh, these remind me of the old classic Lego floodlights. I haven't built anything like that for ages. That was a thing that was an amazing set where you could get all the team buses and add in all the extra stadiums. They didn't do that again. It's a shame, really. 4, 5. We haven't got a spare one of them, so maybe that is what fell. But yeah, one of those little things. They look pretty cool. So that works. That works nicely. So there's 2 of those, and because of how it's done, you can angle these however it is you want to. There we go, popped them on. However it is you want to. They have got them girthy ways, so we are going 3 by 2. So we've got to go in that way, and then it pings in from the wall. That, in all fairness, now those are gone on, that does look very, very effective. And you're looking at those rather than these very bizarre screens. And I have just done all of that and built them wrong, because the floodlights are double deep, not single skinned. Oh, it gets worse. It's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So for whatever reason, you put the same bit on top of each other twice just to give it a bit more depth. Does it fill it out a little bit more? Luckily, they come off very, very, very simply. You just know when you get to the end of the bag and go, there's no way that they would give you those as a spare. I need to wake up a little bit, to be honest. This is only thing is now, yeah, it's all right. I thought it might have added a little bit too much weight, but we're good. Pop. Back on. Fantastic. So yeah, for some reason, it's just double depth of these. And now it's just twice as thick. Works fine. And yeah, when it clicks. So we've got a couple of spares on this one, but they are probably spares that needed to be given. Again, I've got to check everything because you get nothing. Then for some reason they give you 3 and then they don't give you any spares and you get 2. I know they've got like an unwritten rule of stuff that they give, but no. Yeah, there. Embarrassing. That's that bit. That's why I always check, because there's. That's it. Fantastic. Right, what time? What are we doing for time? I am going to motor on this last bag and just see if I can get this next bag done, and then that'll take us up to that point, or we'll stop halfway through this bag or whatever, because I just want to do like a steady 90-minute test. We're at bag 38, so I've fallen behind a little bit on that one, which isn't ideal. So let's get some rocket fuel in and then just quickly do this. And then keep your eyes peeled for the live stream later, if that's going to happen. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. At bag 38, we've got 2 smaller bits. It looks like we've got a bag of bigger bits as well. So we'll see what we can do in just under 15 minutes, and then we might just continue with this bag 38 later on, or we might finish this bag, depending on how much of a pain in the backside it turns out to be. Can't imagine it taking forever to put this together. We've got a couple more grids to put on. It all depends on the stickers. Right, so let's see how we can try and torpedo through this. That is 4 pieces down. That is number 5. That is number 6. And number 7. That is going to be number 8. Number 9. Say every single time. It's so nice they don't give you so many pieces in the bag, because you can find them just that little bit quicker. That is, I think that is piece that goes on. Oh, come on. Bang, quick enough. I'll get that on. That's annoying. Let's say that is piece number 10. Just been awkward now. That was, you heard the click. That's another click. That's not the right click. What are you doing? Does it not sit in line? No, it doesn't sit in line. Oh, that's why. I'm trying to get it straight and it's not supposed to be straight. See, when you look at the instructions, there we go. Right, so that was almost a quick 10, and then I fluffed up. So that's a number 11, number 12, 13 and 14. So yes, with regards to finding these pieces, it is quite nice that they aren't so difficult to find with having so many bits on the table. But even still, like now, I'm still struggling to find the 1 or 2 bits because it just seems to be, they are all over the shop. But what is going to slow me down is there is another sticker, another one, DJ Khaled, and another one. So number 15 is where we're at to. 15, 15, 15, 14, number 15. There is a lot of stickers for this lift. We are that way. We can't get these stickers on upside down. Otherwise, that wouldn't be good. So, that is on there. We've got... Oh, it keeps growing. Okay. Another piece and another one. 2 little triangle wedges. Nice. Oh, okay. So this is going behind those lights I've just built, by the looks of it. I think. He says. If it's going to fit. So why do you push this on then? Just like that. There we go. So we have got... Yeah, that's the clip. At least they've given you, it's getting that big. This one little display that we're doing is getting that big. Even in the diagram now, they're giving you a reverse entry look. So you can actually see what it's supposed to look like from the back. So it's now making you, not only do you have to keep turning this round 180 or 360 or everything like that, you're now having to turn around the next bit, which was supposed to be smaller and easier to build. But this thing is just getting bigger and bigger. But it's still a lot nicer and easier to build than previous ones in the past. But I would like to know how many pieces we are in. Now, I'm on an important bit now. This is sticker number 48. This is quite a nice way to end the stream for those people that have been here. Sticker 48 is the height chart for Luke Skywalker, because obviously he's too short to be a trooper. So they added this in as a bit of an Easter egg, which I do believe goes at the back. So I need to get that. Tell you what, that's not bad. Straight-ish, which is good. I think it is going to go at the back. So if it's going to go at the back, how are we going to do this? So it looks like we're just building a mirror image of what we've just done, which means, are we going to put another sticker up top or not? That I don't know. Another one of those. Yeah, it looks like it's a mirror image of what we've just done, but it looks like the piece that is for the height chart is obviously with the stick, it's just spun the other way around. So I'm assuming that this is going to go beside the one that we've just done. Well, everything's the same. So there's another sticker going on here. That bit was over there somewhere, so that's easy enough to find. Then we've got 2 of those. When it's different colours, I find it much easier to find just grabbing those colours than obviously looking everything for the one colour. I know some people prefer the challenge, but I like getting into a little rhythm like this where you can kind of torpedo through. But again, that's where that sticker goes. The reason why I keep doing that, there's one little white bit, and the rest of them are all silver. And you can see it in the instruction booklet. To be honest, I don't think it's really hard to see because as it turns around, the white turns to silver. But if you catch it in the right light, it is permanently white. So they have given you a they've given you a little bit of a helping hand with regards to that. So the where's that going? That goes there. There. Hello. Oh no, finished it yet. It goes on that one. Let's add the cheese slopes. Cheese and cheese. Where are we go with that? Yep. There. No. Yes. Bizarre. So yeah, there's a height chart. Looks nice. So that now just goes beside. So we've got a double lift. Just adding those bits of detail in, we've gone from that horrible I've had an accident brown and that really annoying computer thing, which I still think they should be able to spin a little bit better. And then obviously you've got these amazing lights, and then you've got the two lifts. So all these smaller individual builds that you do, and yeah, you've got a height. There's the height chart at the back. So, and it is pictured, which I'll show you now, with the Stormtrooper as the height chart to get through, which I thought was a nice little touch. That takes us up to step 1096. So we're now on step 1097. Page 224 is where we're at. And we are building something else. So like I said, there's lots of different smaller bits with this. I will have to do a poll and just ask for, this is for next year, not now, what people would like to see built live next year. What would be like the first live build of 2026? Because I'd like to think that this would build up slowly. Obviously, we'll get a more of a structured timing together for different bits and pieces, because the smaller sets, so say smaller Arkham, for example, I would like to do that in maybe 2 or 3 sittings, whereas this is obviously, well, it's 3 modulars I'm building, isn't it? So it's a big thing. So that's got a cool clear window on, so that goes just in. Where does that sit? That's I'm having to stand up for the bit that should be nice and easy. There. That looks nice. Don't forget, I am still stood, and all those pieces that I poured on the floor. I haven't got shoes on either. So every time I stand up, I start to cry a little bit inside, because it's more I've had an accident brown. So there's 1, 2, 3 more of those, and another one of them. Step 1109. There's another bit on there. Adding lots of extra brown now. So there's another 8 going down. 1, that'd be 2, that'd be 3. That's a 4. And then we've got what looks like it's going to be a little place for a minifigure to stand. And we've got another 4 of those grills. That's another 9 pieces added. Yep. And then we've got 3 6 chunky studs, and then yeah, it's just how quickly it layers up. It is pretty impressive. And then we've got one of these, one of these. What else? Is this coffee? It is. They've got a drinks machine in here, have they? Is that something from the game they've added in? That's a cup, that's for sure. So there's something going on with this. So a couple more pieces, and then this stream will be done. So the test the test stream, up until that very moment, was going all right. And I've just said I've got all of my pieces on the floor, and I've just dropped a clear bit into a pile of. Oh, no, oh no. I was about to say that's just too much of a look. Into a pile of loads. Oh, come on. Really? Hang on, let me check. Let me check the spare bag first. They haven't given me a spare one of those. What is it? It's just a clear circular. You see it from the taxi? No. Oh, bugger. Bugger, 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 bugger. No. Oh, got it. Oh, honestly, if you could see the state of the floor down here, you would understand why that was a little bit of a panic. I didn't think I was going to find that whatsoever. So as I was saying, I think the live stream's gone, apart from me messing up smoothly-ish enough with regards to the different bits and pieces, which is nice. Where are we with that one? So we've got that one goes in there. So yeah, I've just got to make a decision of what I live stream on later, which will be interesting, because I think me doing this and being able to share the screen is a massive win for me. I'm quite happy with that. I've got 4 of those. 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, okay. Well, I decided to add the tiles on, so whatever this bit is, I have no idea. I don't know, this is a coffee room for something. That bit. Of course. But I dropped the piece on. I also needed to add another bit onto. So it's always when you're thinking it's going nice and smoothly. I caught that. It's all right. I caught it between my legs, and then it all goes not so smoothly. Back on track. Good. Oh, okay. It's not a coffee thing. It's her torture room. Just realised what bit this bit is. I've just seen the photo. So where does this slide into then? It slides in on the side. So I'm assuming. Oh yeah, there is. There's a little shafty bit there. So that bit slots into there. And then you've got the wall to build. So the droid, where is also the bit that gets. Right, okay. We'll recap that later on then. We'll go back over that because there's quite a few bits and pieces going right at the end of the stream. So we've got the height chart, and then we've got that bit. This is now, I'm assuming, just going to be the final few pieces for the wall. This will just box everything in, and then yeah, it's just a case of happy days. So I probably would have done it by now if I didn't, as per normal, balls up the really simple computer screens before. But I'll take the blame. I will take the blame. So this is a removable wall panel, which We've got 2, 2, and a 1. I'm hoping we've got to have one more piece. Got to have, no. Right, so this is the wall. That bit then sits in on there. Did it sit on there? Or does it sit the other way? It sits the other way. And then that goes flush into there. Wouldn't even know that that was a thing. So there's quite a lot to go on next, but I think this might be quite a good way to start the stream, because we've got all of these diagrams where all of this needs to link up and line up too. So that's how we'll start the next one. And off stream, I have to find this, because this is clearly an important place for a piece. So guys, thank you very much for joining me for the test. I appreciate that. I'm going to have a quick look at this back and just see if it works or not with regards to picture quality, sound, and all that kind of thing. But if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. The poll ends at 89 to 11% as well. So I can end the poll that quickly when we do that kind of thing. So again, one more time, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I'll see you next one.